With Ragnarok being the next map to release for Ark Survival Ascended, I want to take a step back. Now, I've covered one of my favorite games a lot on this channel over the years, but I want to point out a flaw. What went wrong with Ark Survival Ascended? Wildcard's gem game that's failing. I was a teenager that fell in love with this game from the very moment I played it. Now we're almost 10 years later and it is atrocious. In late 2022, we got an announcement after the release of Fjordur that by June of the following year they would be sunsetting all of the servers. Shortly after they sunsetted all the servers and we watched the very last blink of the Ark servers be online, they showed this screenshot that everybody remembers. Ark Survival Ascended, but it was Unreal Engine 5. They managed to do one thing right, captivate all the Ark players that had stopped playing by enticing them with better graphics. But this came at a cost. Early day crashes made the game unplayable, and there was no crossplay between Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. People started review bombing Ark, and this reputation has haunted this company since the launch of the game. So what was this new change in direction for Wildcard Studio? And why would they release this title so fast so shortly after announcing Ark 2? Snail Games was running out of money, especially after their 2018 flop, Atlas. They knew by moving all of their player base off of Ark Survival Evolved, they would have to force sales for Ark Survival Ascended. Then they dabble in their own microtransaction style content, which this leaves the only viable launch of a DLC post-release of game as Scorched Earth. This was the smoothest comb over of a DLC that they've had so far, but that was March of 2024. Every launch after this has been atrocious. Not enough servers at launch, multiple game bugs, and many more issues. How did Snail Games fix this issue? Change in leadership. As Snail Games and Wildcard Studios asked said to step down, they allowed Dolly to now call the shots. This was late 2024 and broke many headlines in the Ark community. But this came at a cost, one of which being Dolly receiving a lot of negative attention, mainly from the way that she had handled the first DLC in her hands. Fear Ascended. Snail Games had the fantastic tame Dreadmare released during this time, and the DLC was pretty loaded, but it took the entire community to yell at them to bring the rest of the content in its old fashion. They tried to originally put all the content through Club Ark, a minigame section that is very similar to gambling. I think Snail Games is trying to say something here. As Snail Games did struggle in the stock market last year, they spent more than 30 days under $1 and almost got their card pulled. This would have gave Wildcard a chance to break their agreement and be picked up by a bigger company, similar to what Bungie did with Destiny. But Snail Games doubled down with Nitrado servers, one of the most unstable hosting services that are out there, as all of Ark Survival Ascended and Evolved servers have run off of Nitrado. Over the years, we've seen how rough these run, especially with the numerous dupe glitches that people have found out through their servers. But as time has gone on, you have seen the less and less care coming from this company towards their game. They show about 1 month of support per DLC, and then that's it. I fully expect this to be something that happens with Ragnarok. Now, I will be surprised if we do get an easy launch similar to Scorched Earth, but with the unstable launch of Extinction in December of 2024, I don't think that'll be the case. Since the launch of Ascended, Wildcard has had a lot of empty promises, one of these being the engine upgrade for Unreal Engine 5. They said it was supposed to be Unreal Engine 5.4, but now it's 5.5, meaning that they have to rework all the progress they did before because of the lighting issues. Unreal Engine 5.5 allows for a better lighting dynamic. This might be Wildcard's attempt at lowering the frame issues, but who's to say that they won't just move it to 5.6 and we're back to another year of waiting? Because the engine update for 5.4 was supposed to come out with Scorched Earth in March of 2024. It is now May of 2025. So what can save this game? Now, mind you, I do play this game still. I do like this game. It is one of my favorite games. But it is just in a very bad state with the lack of developer to community reception. Because let's face it, community crunch is not enough. That's why the fan base is so toxic with all the developers. But I do believe that time will be this game's saving grace as more and more content releases and less people play Evolved because they'd rather play something more updated, especially if they do engines and all these graphic fixes that they talk about. But it is Wildcard. Delays are not invisible to this company. They have always done this, even during Evolved's peak. People would be waiting and waiting for DLCs. The only difference is it's on time this time among everyone. So people don't like having to wait anymore. Because I remember the times that PlayStation, Xbox, and PC people would all argue about, haha, I got my DLC first. So among all else, there is a lot of things that are killing this game, but I do feel like it will resurrect at some point. A lot of games have done this in the past. They started off very bad and have resurrected. Look at Cyberpunk, for instance. If you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, please do leave a like down below and comment what you guys think about everything I said in this video. I want to make sure that you guys do understand that I do like this game. This is not a bashing video entirely. I do have problems with the fact of how they do things, and I don't like the state that the game's in, but it is still a very fun game, and I do recommend it if you are new to this. It's just a lot of bad things have happened to this company over all the years of them doing things. If you guys did go on to enjoy, though, please do leave a like down below and subscribe because we're almost at 2,000 subs. This has been FatalShotty, and I'm saying peace.